Our post cast. We have one cast here, but check it out. This one is out of the cast. We got the injuries. Beautiful. And the cast. We used a metal detector on his leg and actually found that we could detect the metal inside that leg. So, Eagles won the Super Bowl, and now he's out. He's out of the cast, and we're just sitting here at this side property, and yeah, fucking the water had turned on for a while, so yeah, water's off now. So we're just chilling. Please leave a comment. Tell me what you're thinking. We're going to talk about how it feels to be post cast, and finally have it come off. Oh man, let me see if I can't see any live chat here. Blah blah blah. Okay. So you had a group called Disabled Content Creator Meetup. What is that all about?
It's a private group that basically people who are trying to get their content, whatever it is that they're trying to do, like quilt making or whatever it is that they like to do. How do they do it better, and how do they promote themselves, and how do they kind of find a niche in a world that they don't really fit in,
That's interesting. I want to be part of that because I don't really fit into the world because I'm a strange alien, and yeah, exactly. And the making YouTube videos is about it is like the most potent thing you could do to like publish your story out there and gain some traction on your personal brand. Having videos to be explaining your story and your product is very helpful. And I really admire what you've been doing. Like, I think it's been so helpful to like talk to you about creative struggle. So I feel like I'm post-cast too. Like, I have come out of my cocoon. Have you ever done a butterfly photo shoot with like a cast?
Coming out of a cast?
Yeah.
So I always film the application and the removal of the cast, but I hardly ever post it because it's like...
Really? That's weird. That's the money shot, right?
That's the bread and butter. Like, that's what everybody wants to see. So that's in Patreon usually.
Okay, so your Patreon is usually where the cast opening and removal is.
Yeah.
Well, like, do you get more people because you tease them and be like, okay, the removal is on Patreon? Because it's like, okay, that's cool, but if you look at like, corn sites, a lot of them are like, here are the best moments in the montage. If you want to see the whole thing, you have to pay. But usually they leave the best parts in because the product is the stuff on the website where it's readily consumed, and then the people who are paying extra just want to see extra,
Yeah.
Do you have an opposite philosophy of that? Because I know a guy who does medical videos of a particularly salacious variety. And his videos are like full of like watermarks, and everything is like obsessively like watermarked. So it's almost annoying to watch the video. You're forced to like go to his website and pay for it. But I feel like that model of doing things kind of sucks in that industry. And I guess this is the same industry too. Because you should have a really good product out there for people to consume. But also like all the behind the scenes and the extra stuff is like what people pay for. Do you feel like that's inverted with you, where you're like, I don't want to put the best stuff publicly. I want to gatekeep all the best stuff and put it in Patreon.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of...
But like the thing is,
so it's like people who are gonna pay to join my Patreon, they are paying to see that explicit content because it's not really publishable anywhere else.
Oh, well, if it's not publishable, that's a different thing.
Right. So it would just get flagged on YouTube, and then I wouldn't make anything for it. So I'd rather just...
Well, how about this? Do you post teasers like, hey, cast removal, and then you start the process, and you're like, this is as far as we can go on YouTube?
That's what I've been working on, basically.
Okay. So if you do a cast removal, you'll be like, okay, this is like a few little parts about the cast removal, but I can't show you the whole thing. And like one thing you could do is like, go to Patreon to get the whole thing. And then you just take like some screenshots from the actual video and then just insert that instead of the actual video. So it's sort of like a vlog the whole way through. And then when you get to the good part, you're like, oh, this is the juicy part. You just see a bunch of screenshots of like what it's going to look like. And it's like, actually, if you want to see the full video, you have to go to Patreon. I think that would be compelling, you know? Do you think that's a little bit too much work to do? Kevin?
Okay.
Okay. So, I don't know. I don't know how to think about it. Obviously, if like it's restricted, then you would want to keep it behind a paywall and just say, hey, I can't post it out, so it's just going to be here where the loyal people can consume it. But I don't know, I just feel like there's so much stuff out there for free that it's like hard to compete sometimes, and you need to put the best stuff out there.
My stuff is so unique, nobody else is going to find my stuff out anywhere else.
Well, the being found part is the next problem, right? Is like, I'm sure it's a small niche industry and most people who are into this stuff like know you, but what is the, like, how do you make it on YouTube more mainstream with like better titles, better thumbnails, challenges, work with like, you know, micro influencers, and then be saying, hey, there's a really good product on Patreon, right?
Yeah.
Because like the way I see it, it's just sort of like, hey, follow along if you want to support me, which I think is the problem with most Patreons. Like, they don't explicitly state like, hey, there's a really great product that you're going to love behind my Patreon.
That's right. I like it because it's sort of like a hidden gem. Like, I'm
Somebody
not
said
going to
hi.
do full promotion. So
Uh-huh.
it's like, I want word of mouth. So I want people to join my Patreon and say, wow, this is really good. Like, why aren't you bigger? Well, hey, if you just let your friends know what you thought of it. Yeah.
Uh-huh. But the problem is cast people don't have friends, so isn't that strategy inherently flawed? Like,
Oh, cast people have cast friends.
okay. But like that strategy is as a business inherently flawed. How do you rectify that? Because like having your benefits be mostly word of mouth, that's great. Most benefits, most sales are made through word of mouth already. But the important thing is, how do you boost the word of mouth? Like, if you get people to review your Patreon and like post that video, that can be a valuable way to be like, hey everybody, here's the trailer for my Patreon. Like, say for example, you can have a channel trailer on YouTube. You could basically just put like, hey, I'm Kevin Casters. This is the trailer for my Patreon. This is the exclusive stuff you don't get to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you should subscribe.
Yeah, I do need to do a lot more of that, and that's just something I'm horrible at. So
Well, let's just put that on the
I
to-do
will
list.
throw up the Hail Mary signal,
Okay.
and you will have your way with me.
Okay, good. Well, I'll make sure to crack the whip on you.
There you go.
Wait, you want to hold this real quick?
Sure.
And then I'm going to write that down as like an actual thing that we
There
need
you
to
go.
do. Yeah.
So I'm going to actually just show everybody the cast again. So I am still in the cast. It's a very solid cast. I've had this cast on for 10 days now. So I'm 10 days in, and you can see it's kind of worn out at the bottom, but it's actually holding up really well. So this cast was made by Randy. He's from Canada. He's a male caster from Canada. And he did an excellent job on this. The other thing is it's actually really comfortable now. Is it comes up all the way to the top of my leg here. You can kind of see it. Oh, I guess it's kind of in the dark. We got your message.
Yeah, just ignore it.
All right, I'm going to just take a moment here to share the live, and then I'll be right back. So if the two people who are watching could just do the same thing, that would be cool. It's only going to take me like 30 seconds to do though. So I'm not just going to end the live. It's just like going to take a pause. I'm going to share it, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back now. I just went and shared this on Facebook. If you guys want to do the same, that's cool. If not, I don't really care. Also, if you guys have like an X or, you know, Instagram messages or something like that, other casters where you want to see this kind of a cast. Here, actually, do Do you guys want to watch me walk around in the yard in the cast?
All right.
Yeah, you gotta flip it.
Let's go.
Can they see me?
Yep. I see you. Looking good. Still hobbling.
Yeah, but it's so much better because I'm able to like use this leg now, because when I had both legs casted, it was like...
Oh yeah. You were like wobbling like a penguin back and forth. Dinka 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 dink.
I like couldn't get, like, each step I take is still way farther than the other one.
Right. All right, show me your sprint. Come on, sprint.
I got a wheelchair sprint.
Yeah.
You ready?
I feel like I'm jousting. Ah. Ah. Even my like backwards jog is just like faster.
Brake is on. My brake keeps sticking on, and then it goes like...
And it's like
See, like,
shredding.
yeah.
Your like wheels are absolutely shredded. How long have you had this freaking wheelchair?
I've had it for a while.
Is this your legacy injury from your
I
like?
bought it like this, so I already knew it like it was like that. But it was
You bought it like that.
It was like $20 or something like that. I forget where I got it from.
Can't you just go to like a hospice consignment store and they have like tons of wheelchairs?
Well, it's like I just need the tires for them. Like I might as well, like the wheelchair is fine, you know.
You want to do like a Filthy Frank pimp my wheelchair type thing? It's funny.
I thought that one hit the wheelie bar.
Yeah, it's funny because you can't really get to that wheelie bar that easy. That's crazy. Wait,
See, it dragged. I could hear it.
you're not allowed to show toes in the thumbnail on YouTube. Like that's a big no-no. But what if you're wearing like nylons, like you're one of these fantasy girls?
That's why like I put a lot. I have like an extra Stockenett that I keep like sometimes to just put them over it.
But that takes away the mystique. You need to have like nude socks. You need to have nude nylons. That's what you got to do.
It's the position that I was in.
Pretend you're like a model.
I can see the underside. That's the only reason why it's like that.
Oh, okay.
I like know because I like it does it every time. You know what I mean? Like from the top down. Like if somebody's just wearing flip flops, it's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
So they're into toes, not soles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you into feet? I've never I wasn't into it.
Yeah. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad it's becoming more popular lately. But for me, I never had the fascination about it. Like it just didn't click in my brain.
Yeah.
And also, I'm like germophobic.
Yeah.
So like that already, I'm like, oh, what the hell? But I've been with women who have foot fetishes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm willing to entertain like whatever and do all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting because I imagine like a lady with a foot fascination is like a freaking untapped gold mine, right?
Mm-hmm.
She was like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. I'm shy. And it's like, if you told people that, you'd have men banging down the door. Endless. They're ashamed of themselves, right? Here, you want a selfie?
I kind of wanted to see how the live was going.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, this is my view. I could probably keep it up like this.
I didn't think about it, but I love my outfit, like pink and black.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it.
You like it?
Everyone.
Look at this palm trees
Which
and
arm should I
blue
get
sky.
cast?
Yeah.
Dominant or non-dominant arm?
Should we do his right or his? No, that's his left. That's his right.
This is especially bad
Pick.
with dyslexia.
So you can actually see my fingers. So this is his left. Should we do his right arm and make him left arm dominant? Or should we do his left arm and then he'll just use his right like normally?
Big. Well, yeah, that'd be interesting because if I am like right arm dominant and it's like riding with a cast, that's more interesting because like if you cast my left arm, I'm just gonna.
Well, you already made movements that you're not gonna move in a cast. You know what I mean? So like that's where you're.
Like
No, I mean like your elbow. You moved your arm like more than it would be like full arm cast.
Okay.
So it's like I don't think you quite understand the limitation yet.
I don't understand
fully.
at all. I've never broken a bone at all.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm good. I've never broken a bone. So I've never had a cast.
So what should we do? His right or his left? His right is eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If you catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Right? Right.
I'm cool with that.
We'll do you
debilitating
right.
for a while. Get some disableism.
It's ableism.
So, what do you think we need to do?
Well, we need to bust out that cast tape if you want to get casted, but we also need water. So maybe we should. You want to get water?
We should finish our day before first. Because like with all this filming stuff, like we need to pick a day. I'm thinking like either Valentine's Day, either the 13th or the 14th. We need to like do all this stuff in one day.
Mm-hmm.
We need to do one day where we're only filming, and that way you can react to all those videos all in one day. You can screen record all in one day, so it's just easy to chop everything up. Like we just do one long recording session, 2 or 3 hours, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How does that sound?
Oh, it asked me to move it back vertical.
Hello. Oh yeah.
I think that's cool, yeah.
It up.
I think that's a good way to break it down.
That'd be a great idea. So we can just write down everything that we want to do and just film it all in
Text
one day.
it to me.
My phone's over there.
Because I know I'm just going to forget. Like, it's a good idea, so that's why I want you to write it down, you know? Or at least text it to me.
Alright.
So we have 3 people on here. If you guys could comment, because I see Christina Vargas and then Wrenchman 1982, I see you. But if you guys could comment, just to make sure the comments are working, because I know that those were kind of on there from the start.
Do you have any lettuce? I'm a giraffe.
Don't forget what you're going to text me. So we've been live for like 17 minutes. You want to go live for like another 3, make it 20, and then we'll get a move on with this other ideas. These other ideas you wanted to do.
We need to have you posting in the Facebook groups of you being the lawn care, whatever the hell you.
The lawn care guru, the golf course lawn care guru. All right, we got one person. You know what? I think I'm just gonna end it early, and thank you all for watching. We only had 1 more minute to go, so I don't know if it'd be cool if it. Remember what we were doing yesterday with like when we were recording and we realized that it like recorded when you put your hand up?
Right.
And then I was like, no, it's like when I say something, and I think it's like one and the same. Like it's like both mechanisms will trigger it to like.
Well, that's the thing.
Go.
You have to look at the settings, and they have gesture-based like start times.
Yeah.
So like the hand was a really interesting one because I was like, I didn't know it worked for video.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'd always have to take the S Pen out and then press that button.
Oh yeah, to get the shutter. Yeah, to get the video to go or whatever, to get it to control.
Exactly. So they have like little beepers that you can buy, but I was just like, okay, with the S Pen I already have that, but I'm actually switching to a new phone, so I will have to get one.
Okay. Nice.
All right. What double standards have you seen in society from being disabled? Just kidding.
I don't.
The question for the next video. All right. Bye, everyone.
Okay. Bye. Do you want to say bye personally?
See ya. Take care.
Don't you like the look? I like the look with the palm trees behind it.
Yeah. I mean, it's aesthetic. I mean,
those look amazing.
It's Florida, baby.
It's Florida, baby. Bye.